So, not to be left out of the fun, whereas Trump is firing Pam Bondi, reassigning her. Pete Hegseth, Secretary of Defense, who has no idea what's going on, who is still telling everyone he was surprised that the Iranians were going to react the way they did the war and to the attack they did on them. You know, closing the Strait of Hormuz, bombs, drones. What a surprise. Fired the Army Chief of Staff, General Randy George, today. General Randy George has been around for quite a while. He was Lloyd Austin's assistant, the former Secretary of Defense, 4-star General Lloyd Austin. He's a veteran of Iraq, a veteran of Afghanistan. He knows what's going on in there. He has done a lot of things for the military, including getting rid of expensive, stupid programs and trying to push for drones and less expensive defensive measures or offensive measures that are being used in the world now. Pete Hegseth fired him because he and the Army Secretary, William Driscoll, General George and Driscoll have been tight and been fighting Hegseth, who does not want to have people of color, women promoted. Remember, earlier this week it's been reported Hegseth struck out 4 names on the promotion list because they were women in black. So that was the case. Also, he is pushing back on what's going on in Iran, and he's going to be replaced by a sycophant. This is what's going on. They are fighting a war with not the best warriors, not the best strategicians. They wouldn't listen to him in the beginning. Now it's starting to ramp up again with the leaks that Trump is frustrated. Why is the war not going well? You guys are showing me all these pictures of success. Why are gas prices still going up? Why is Iran still attacking us? What's going on? And they don't want to show him the truth. Susie Wiles, his chief of staff, is telling them, you got to stop this. You got to tell the president what's going on, but they're afraid to tell the president. That's why that speech yesterday was all gobbledygook bullshit, because Trump is in a fantasy land. And he tried to feed it to the rest of us, and you can see financially it didn't work. Stock market took a shit, and oil is now sitting at $140 fucking a barrel. All because they're the incompetence of the Trump White House. Pete Hegseth doesn't care. He's on a holy war. His preacher is basically, his spiritual advisor is basically saying that we should be a theocracy, just like Iran. That's the way it should be. And right now we're fighting a holy war against Islam. And so little by little, he's replacing the best minds with sycophants, people whose only qualification, they're loyal to Trump and him. It's simple. That's where we're at right now, and we're paying the price. Look, they shouldn't have gotten into this war in the first place, but if you get into the war, at least have your best minds and strategicians working for you, not a preacher who thinks that we should be the Christian version of Iran. This is where we're at. This is why everything's just starting to come off, boats are coming off, and that's why Trump is looking very old. So I just don't know what to say other than we need to now talk about Pete Hegseth being removed as Secretary of Defense, because he doesn't care. He's about to feed all our military people into a meat grinder. Why? Because God told him so, and he's going to do it with the least competent people. It's kind of sad where the Secretary of Defense, the man in charge of the military or helping defend us from our enemies, is feeding us to our enemies.